Hey, what's going on, guys? Pineapple Sway here, telling you guys a Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League video. If you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing. Today's video is going to be a little bit different, and today we're going to be talking about what is next after Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Obviously, we know that this game is going to be most likely done once it reaches its fourth season. We can assume that it'll be the same that we've seen. Season 4 and then 2 episodes, maybe 3 episodes to conclude and finish this game, since obviously we know that there was a lot planned, but we all know now that it's highly likely that we're not going to see this game's year 2 content. Obviously there's potential, but that's another video for another day. But what can we assume? Obviously once this game concludes, we know that all 13 Brainiac iterations will likely be defeated, and we know that the Justice League will make their inevitable return. Obviously, they've been teasing it, I guess, to the best of their abilities. There's just not really much to go off of. The only reason we knew that the Justice League was returning was because of data mines and leaks. But here we are. We now have the return of the Flash, the return of Green Lantern. We know that Batman is returning next season, and then we can only assume that Wonder Woman and Superman will eventually make their return, while at the same time we defeat 13 Brainiacs. Now, going off of that topic, what is next for Suicide Squad? Obviously, we know now that Rocksteady, believe it or not, is working on their next project, which people can assume is going to be set in the Arkhamverse and likely another game following this. Now, most of you guys do not know the game that they're making is single-player story-based. That was confirmed. It's just a matter of what will it be? Will it be a Batman game? Will it be a sequel? Will it be a prequel? We really don't know. There opens up a lot of questions. Honestly, in my opinion, I would like to see a Justice League game for Rocksteady's next title. I think that would be a lot of fun, and they could still keep the single-player story-based elements, or do what they've been, basically people have been asking for, I want to say the last decade, and that is a Superman game. A lot of people have been asking for a Superman game. Or they can knock it out of the park with a Batman game. But I feel like for me personally, I don't know where you guys stand, but the only Batman game I would really want at this current point is a Batman Beyond game. Now it's just a matter of, will they make a prequel or will they make a sequel? I think if they were to make a Justice League game, a sequel could be really nice as they try to rebuild their trust. And even with Superman, if they made a Superman game, Superman rebuilding his trust from the city of Metropolis, especially after he slaughtered a ton of innocent civilians with Brainiac's invasion. Or they could even make a prequel game showing the build and setup of the Justice League, something that was desperately missing from Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. And who could be the main villains of that prequel Justice League game? Well, none other than the Sinestro Corps, as they are mentioned in the game briefly by Batman as they defeated them to, obviously, as you guys know, they needed the Sinestro Corps ring to defeat Green Lantern in the main story. So that could be another building block to possibly set up another future game that is a direct sequel to Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, or just to have something for fans to enjoy and to sort of build a bridge between Batman Arkham Knight and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, because most of you guys know the bridge is pretty significant. There's not really much growth between both games. It's kind of just like, hey, Arkham Knight, that's the end of the Batman, and then Suicide Squad happens. We have introduction to Brainiac, Superman, the Justice League, Batman Returns. I mean, there's just so much that has happened, and a prequel game could really help connect that. Obviously, we could only assume that the ending of a Justice League prequel game would be Brainiac invading Metropolis, because it would make the most sense. Main villain being the Sinestro Corps, maybe have a side villain that they might have defeated, because obviously we can assume that the Justice League went on a lot of different missions during their time, because I think they were together for, I want to say, 5 years, because after the events of Arkham Knight, I think Batman joined the Justice League, or he met with Superman in Metropolis to form the Justice League. It gets a little confusing because there's not really a good explanation. It's kind of just, you see it in the Batman Museum and you hear about it through some dialogue from Batman in the game's main story. So the real question is now, what do you guys want next for after Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? Obviously, we know from a fan's perspective that something is coming at some point. We're just not sure. In my opinion, I would like a Justice League game, but I want to hear what you guys think. Obviously, we know it's not going to be a live service looter shooter like this game, but it's also funny enough to admit that Seems like every game nowadays somehow finds a way to get a strange second chance, because although this game was a total disaster in terms of financial success, it might just find a way to get a sequel. Obviously, I'm not saying Suicide Squad 2 please, by all means, but Justice League would be pretty significant and pretty awesome, and I think could restore faith in Rocksteady Studios from the fans' perspective. Anyways, let me know your thoughts down below. Is it crazy that this game is somehow finding a way to get a sequel and whatnot? Anyways, that's Pineapple Sway. Peace out.